Hello YouTubers out there, this is NHRA 1975. Today's date is August 4th. The weather's really nice. And yeah, just gonna do some updates. I got the tragically hip rocking here. I don't know how many people down south know about this one, but it's a big Canadian band up here, and well, it's their farewell tour this year. I got this tape a long time ago, and unfortunately, the lead singer has pretty bad form of cancer, so it doesn't look like he's going to be around for that much longer. So it's kind of sad. But anyways, I'll just on this that's a little sidebar there, but I'll just get on the projects. Truck, as you can see, the truck bed is back on, and bodywork came out okay. This bright sun's hiding some of the blemishes, but you know, it's better than the cracked fiberglass fender flares I had before. So as you can tell, I went in there and had to re-brace all the fiberglass. And this mesh came in handy up here. Same with the other side. The other side was pretty bashed up too. But now it's all bolted down proper. Before a lot of those little bad bolts that was up there, I think it only had like 2 of them in there. So, and a lot of the threads were messed. So when I took the bed off, it gave me an opportunity to tap those threads and to fix. There's also one that was totally blown out the back of the weld new plate on. But now this bed's on there, nice and secure. All these fenders, they're repaired. I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a tough truck, so I'm all right with that. And then as well, here's your trap door. And yeah, I messed up on the trap door. So I still have to make that hole a little larger so I can get access to the fuel pump. But this is great. If this fuel pump ever does die, I tested it and I didn't hear it go on. It looks like it's brand new. I don't know, maybe I tested it wrong, but I didn't hear it run. But at least if it is not operating, it's fairly easy to change. And as you can tell, because I messed up, I had to weld back some patches. For this, I think what I might do is just fill this in with fiberglass mesh to make sure there's no holes at all, and then I'm just going to put a much larger piece of aluminum, and then, you know, it'll be an extra large cover, but at least it's going to be better than trying to like fix all that. And you know, I'd rather just put the piece of aluminum on, and that's that. And then as well, just put some of this weather stripping and use it as a seal. Just got this off some my wreck at the junkyard. Cut that. So yeah, but this bed took a hell of a long time, but it looks a lot nicer under there now. The underside's all black with that nice undercoat paint, and that should stay. So it'll be easier to work on. You don't have crap falling in your eyes, and the fuel tank's in obviously too. I had to get another cover from the junkyard. For some reason mine didn't have one. And you know, the straps were in still good shape, so I think I did alright there. And as well, I got a new I don't know what you call that, gas cap filler thing. These often crack. And 2 of the 3 bolt nuts I switched over to stainless, non-Torx. These Torx, if you just get the wrong size just a wee bit, they'll strip. So that's in there. That's nice and secure. So I put the bed to rest. I just have to finish up the top side of the bed. I'm not going to go berserk on this either. I'm just going to get rid of that rust, fill those in with fiberglass, paint it a little bit, and that's that. I mean, I'm not going to make a big deal about this, because as soon as you throw something in here or got a load of lumber or something, it's going to bend it anyway. So it's kind of nice to have that. It doesn't have to be too nice, but it has to be presentable. But that's it for the truck for right now. I guess, as I said, short term, just finish up the bed. And after that, maybe I'll start bolting the lights, no, the bumper back on, get the lights, maybe start reassembling this. Doesn't cost anything. I did go into the U-Pullet yard, and I thought I found this great van. This is an older, I'd say around early 90s, a square body type van with a 350 TBI. I spent like 3 hours in the sun, well, partially in the sun, at least it kind of blocked. The van was nice, kind of acted like a little bit of shade. But anyways, I took the part of that whole van engine, or at least the top half. I took the cylinder head off, and yeah, there was quite a ridge in the cylinder bore. So, you know, you can. Some people said you can use those engines if it's got a ridge on it, and put cast iron rings. So I'm kind of wondering what to do. But they're cheap, right? I can get one of those for maybe $200, and if you can reuse all the reciprocating assembly and the bores aren't really worn, you can reuse the pistons, and you could probably slap together something for $500, which is more affordable than what I'm looking at, like a $2,000, $2,500 rebuild. So we'll see. So that's it for the truck for now. Repairing the Grand Am. Went to start up a few weeks ago, and it wouldn't start, kept cranking, and went around the block and it died. So first thought was fuel pump. I went and went to one of those rent-a-tool type places like Advance Auto, rented a fuel pressure gauge, and everything checked out, like all the pressures were good. So next up, I thought maybe it was the fuel filter, and I'm pretty sure the fuel filter in this is original. I don't know, maybe someone can tell me those markings are originally what came, which is pretty sad considering it has, you know, I'd say it has 210,000 kilometers, so probably that's like 150,000 miles, so this should have been replaced with this original. That's neglect on my part. And of course, because that's hasn't been changed, or the lines are the lines didn't like being moved, so of course the line snapoed. I don't know where you can't see it now. This one, there's that new filter. This one here is nice to take on and off, but the other one, what ends up happening a lot of times is the nut ends up kind of almost welding itself to this piece here, and when you try to turn it, it kinks the line. But there's something really good I'll show you in a minute. It's a replacement that makes it real nice to reconnect the fuel line, and safe too. So anyways, I'm gonna do that on the Grand Am. The Grand Am's kind of rusty under here. I'm just looking at it, and you know, hopefully it can last a little longer. But I think I said this in an earlier video a few years ago. Pretty sure the body is going to rust away before the mechanical dies, but it's really like an A to B machine right now. Hopefully one day the truck can get going, and this thing I can retire it, right? But we'll see. Also, since I'm on the Grand Am kick, I wanted to get rid of that crappy pour. So I did this side, and I really should put a skim coat of body filler on this, because it's really pot marked. It looks like the surface of the moon here. So I'm going to do the other side. I'll try to put a skim coat on that, but first of all I got to get rid of the black paint. So I'm just going to use a flat wheel, lower, well, medium grit. I guess it's probably a little bit too aggressive, but at least I'll get that paint doesn't come off too easy. And as you can see too, like, it was all nice and clean last year, but I'd say by February this year these little rust marks started to show up. But up here they use a lot of salt on the roads, so any little weakness will be exposed by that nasty road salt. But I'm not really going to put a lot of effort into this one either, so my body working levels aren't too high for some stuff, but you know, it's just to really get this thing done. It looks a little bit more presentable than having that crappy black paint. So that's it really. I'm just going to work on that. I'll show you the fuel line I'll be using. Stuff that's it's all the it's this stuff here. It's this nylon fuel line, and you just need to get the proper fittings. So yeah, these just slide in. They're nice. They're really user friendly, and if you need to repair fuel lines and whatnot, it's really the way to go. If you remember right, I think it's something like this. Anyways, so then that just crimps on like that, and it's, as I said, it's really the way to go. And then the other side's a compression fitting, and it attaches to the steel line. So I'm just gonna fix the Grand Am using that. So anyone out there, if you're wondering what to do with your rusty fuel lines, there you go. These nylon things. I don't know who, the name of who makes these is, or the acronym or whatever is FMS. So I'm not really sure the name, but I'm sure this is pretty prevalent in the auto world. I'm sure if many mechanics are out there, they know what this is. And this is just, they sell a nice thing there, an easy way to reattach to the fuel filter, and I'll just cut that there and use the hard line. I don't know, the Monty, probably everyone's laughing right now, but maybe we're waiting on the push rods. It's just waiting, right? Like, so I don't know, it's too much for me to talk about. But yeah, so that's just a short update on what's going down. Luckily, my dad lends me his van, so I can kind of take my time fixing the Grand Am. And yeah, I just want to thank any new subscribers out there I have. I'm just happy to have people subscribing, and just hope that maybe someone picks up something here that helps them, because I know on all sorts of other stuff I watch, it's great to see that, and it's part of the YouTube community as far as I'm concerned, because I took apart this whole top half of the Grand Am engine, did a head gasket thing, and a lot of the information I used was from one video guy did. So I mean, it's great to have that. So anyways, guys, I'll stop rambling here and get at it with fixing the Grand Am fuel lines. Talk to you later.